welcome to the next vlog. Now in this particular vlog I want to discuss, should females and males train the same way when they're trying to lose body fat, or should they train differently? Now for the most part, males and females should train in a very similar way when they're trying to lose body fat. The main reason is they have exactly the same goals essentially. If you're a male and female, if you're a male or a female and you're trying to lose body fat, you have these two objectives, and that's to obviously lose body fat, but also to maintain as much muscle mass as possible. I think for the most part, males understand this. When they're trying to lose body fat, they want to maintain as much muscle mass as possible. But I think for the most part, with a lot of females, when I think about the females that have contacted me about my services, when I look at their current training, typically it's just based around burning calories. They're doing lots of circuit type work, they're doing lots of cardio, and any weight training they are doing, it's in a circuit type format. And they need to appreciate that they have that second objective of also maintaining as much muscle mass as possible, just like males, and therefore they need to have a heavy weight training component as the foundation of their routine. They need to be performing heavy squats, deadlifts, bench press, overhead press, variations of these, heavy hip thrusts, exercises where they're moving a lot of weight, compound exercises where multiple muscle groups are working at the same time, and they're using exercises that allows them to move the most amount of weight. And this essentially allows you to maintain more strength within the fat loss phase, and therefore maintain more muscle mass within the fat loss phase. Now you may be a female watching this video and you may be saying, James, I don't want to be big and bulky, I just want to have a lean physique but also have curves, have well developed glutes, legs, defined shoulders and arms, etc. And that essentially comes from having weight training. Heavy weight training is the foundation of your routine. You're not going to get big and bulky, but if you want to still have some muscle mass and still have curves, essentially you need to have weight training as the foundation of your routine, heavy weight training. So therefore, as a brief overview, yes, you should be training very similar to males. Now there's a couple of caveats to this. Firstly, in regards to females, unfortunately, you just require less calories and also more cardio to lose body fat. So even though the weight training is going to be very similar, you're just by default going to require more cardio in addition to the heavy weight training, and also less calories to lose body fat. So that's something to consider. With that being said though, you're still striving to lose body fat on as many calories as you can while still making progress and on minimal cardio, because this just allows you to maintain more strength and muscle mass within the fat loss phase. But as a general rule, females should require more cardio and less calories to lose body fat. Now in addition to that, with this specific the actual weight training, as I mentioned, you still want to have those big heavy compound exercises as a foundation of your routine. So things like squats, deadlifts, lunges, bench press, overhead press, variations of these. But one tweak I do make with my female clients compared to my male clients, I typically do work the lower body a little bit more frequently, in particular targeting the glutes a little bit more than some of my male clients who have a pretty even split of upper body, lower body. But with my female clients, I tend to train the lower body a little bit more frequently compared to the upper body, because typically females would rather have better developed glutes. There's not really a goal for most males, and females don't tend to want to have as much muscle mass on their upper body. It's not to say they shouldn't still train their upper body, they absolutely should, but for most females, by training the lower body a little bit more frequently will give them that desired look that they're after. So that's probably the only small changes that I'd suggest for females compared to males. But at the same time, you're still doing very similar exercises, just that frequency is increased very slightly for the lower body compared to the upper body. So hopefully this has been useful. So hopefully you can see, for the most part, males and females should train in a very similar way to lose body fat. We need to have weight training as the foundation of our routine, and then we're merely creating the calorie deficit from reducing calories and increasing energy expenditure from more cardio. But it's so important for males and females that the heavy weight training component is the foundation of our routine. And then you may consider a little bit more lower body glute work, train the lower body a little bit more frequently compared to your upper body for females. But other than that, there's no real changes to the weight training. And then as I mentioned, for the most part, females just require a little bit more cardio and less calories to lose body fat as opposed to males. But overall it's very similar. You've both got the same objectives, to lose body fat and to maintain as much muscle mass as possible. And it's very important that females really grasp that. They really do want to maintain as much muscle mass as possible, because that's going to give them the desired look they're actually after, as opposed to just being stick thin with no muscle whatsoever. So thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe to the channel if you still haven't already, so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you very much.